Hello everyone, and welcome to the feature video for user story number 3114, Agent Reviews and Rating. My name is Dane Parchment, and I'll be walking you through this video. To preface this is a paired user story. I was working with Mark Cameron, who worked on the back end for the project, where I worked on the front end of the project. So, jumping over to the actual user story, let me start by explaining what the user story is and what its acceptance criteria is. So, as an agent, I would like people to be able to place reviews on my page for others to see and make more informed decisions about contacting me. Also, as a user, I would like to review agents that I've worked with so that others can make more informed decisions about their agent. So basically, we want to be able to allow users to review agents and for agents to allow that to occur. That way, people can make more informed decisions about working with an agent once they see reviews from other people who have worked with that agent. So the acceptance criteria for this is twofold. One is that users, not agents, should be able to click the review tab in the agent's profile page and leave a review. Also, a review consists of 4 different things: a score between 1 and 5, an author, a recipient, and the post. So basically, another thing is a rating will be assigned to an agent, which is the average score of each review that has been given, sealed up. So basically what those 3 things are is our users who are not agents should be able to review an agent's account. And a review itself will be a post, a author, a recipient, and a score. That score is going to determine the rating of said agent. So what we do for the rating is we take the average of all ratings that are added to that agent, and then we seal that average. So we round it up to the nearest whole number. If that number goes past 5, we just round it back down to 5. But we figured that if it is like a review is like 1.3 or 1.5, basically those numbers are higher than the nearest whole number to it. So we decided just to round up. That way we wouldn't have decimal values that don't really mean that much in terms of reviews. But if that wants to be changed in the future, that can be easily changed. So I'm going to jump over to Breeze Home, which I have running in the background in development, so I can show this in action. So currently, I am a regular user, and I'm logged into Breeze Home. So we can see that I'm a regular user by looking at my account here and seeing that if we do go to the regular user profile page, we can see the regular account here. We're not an agent account. So we're going to go visit an agent account right now. And automatically, we can see that this agent has no reviews. So I'm going to refresh the page again just to confirm this. No reviews. But because we are a regular user, we can leave reviews. And as you can see here, we also have a little text here that tells us that the agent doesn't have any reviews. So I'm going to write a review really quickly. Agent 1 is the best agent I have ever worked with. 5 out of 5 will work with him again. And we're going to give him a 5. As you can see, we can only choose between 0 and 5. And then submit the review. After a couple seconds, we can already see that our successfully posted a review. Our review shows up, and we're not allowed to review again because we have already reviewed said user. Now, in a future semester, you can add the ability to delete posts, and once a post is deleted or updated or whatever, you can allow a user, or once a post is deleted, you can allow a user to re-apply or re-review, I should say, the agent. But for now, only 1 review per user Otherwise, we would get, you could have an abuse feature where one user can give a single agent like 100 5-star ratings or 100 0-star ratings. So this prevents that from happening. As you can see, the review count increases, and if we refresh the page, we can see that the rating has increased to 5 as well. So I am going to log out of my account here, and we're going to log into a new regular user account just so we can show you that multiple user can do it. So regular user@gmail.com. So as you can see, the stuff is still carries over, and if we go to reviews, we can actually see the author, regular user 2, his rating, and the score, and his review. Here's the score. So I'm going to do a polar opposite review just so we can see a change in the rating. So I'm going to say, don't believe the guy below me. This agent is terrible. And I'm going to give him a 1 out of 5. And I'm going to submit the review. As you can see, there was a successfully posted review. We have our review posted above because it's in order of it's in order of latest first. So the latest review goes first. And by latest, I mean like the most recent review. So whichever one was the most recent, I should say. As you can see, we're not allowed to review because we've already done so. And our review count has increased to 2. Now, if we refresh the page, we'll see that the rating has now dropped because we have a total rating of 6. And if we do an average of that with only 2 reviews, we get 3. So the rating is now a 3. And last but not least, I'm going to log in to Agent 1's account just so that we can see that this carries over to what agents see, but also to showcase that agents aren't allowed to review themselves or agent accounts. So let me log out here, and I'm going to log in as Agent 1. And I'm going to go over to his profile page. And going over to reviews, you can see that we aren't able to review our own page, but we can view our reviews. We can look at them. Now, in the future, what we can allow is maybe for an agent to reply to reviews so they can say thank you or ask what they can do to do better so they don't, so they not get bad reviews in the future. That can be something that's done in the future very easily. We're using the media object here for Bootstrap, which is what gives us this clean-looking comment media object here, and it allows nesting, so we can have nested nested replies if you wanted to. So that could be something to be seen in the future. And basically, that is that for the agent review and rating system. So I'm going to jump into the code and explain how this is done. So first, we're going to start with the backend. First, we create a review model. Excuse me, I accidentally moved that. We create a review model, and this review model contains an author's name, the recipient, the post, and the score. So basically, the author and recipient, they're just basically ID numbers that point to a specific user or a specific agent. And we basically use that to determine who this review is for and who it was by. The author name is strictly for the front end, just so that we can get the author's name without having to go in deep through one, so we don't have to go in deep one level of the database, because we don't want to get all the information from the author. We only want to get their name, so we just get the name. We don't get everything that has to do with them. Same with the with the agent. We don't need to get anything from them other than their ID, so we don't return anything else. Next, we have a post with a max length of 1,000 characters, and then the score. And then these are created automatically, a created on and an updated on. This is so that in the future, when updating a review is a possibility, it's possible. Next, we're going to go to the serializer. That we created one specific serializer for this. So the serializer basically is for the front end, and it's for the back end, and it's what allows the front end's requests to be parsed into a query that's sent to the database, and then vice versa for the database query to be converted into a JSON object for the front end. So this is basically what is contained in those fields that we send or receive. Next, we create a view, and there are two specific views. One view is the regular view that we all see. If I can go onto the front end and show this to you, or the back end and show this to you. Right here, we can see this is the view that's created, so we can actually see the reviews that we created earlier. And this lets us do get and post requests to these reviews. Next, there's another view called review by recipient that lets us return all the reviews for a specific recipient. So if we wanted to get all the reviews for agent 1 or 2 or 3, we can call this and provide the agent's ID, and it will only return the reviews for that agent. That way, if there's 1,000,000 reviews and agent 2 only has 8 reviews, we don't have to sift through all 1,000,000 reviews on the front end, or we don't have to send all 1,000,000 reviews to the front end. We only have to send those 8 reviews to the front end. So that makes performance a lot better. And that's basically the back end for this. The front end's a bit more involved. So we added a new section to the profile page. This entire section here, the review section, and basically what it does is it just loops through a bunch of reviews that we get from making a request to the back end, and it loops through all the reviews that we return and basically just fills in the information that each of the reviews have. What we do is we check and see if the review matches the logged in user, and if it does, we don't provide the ability to make a review, because that means you're an agent who's logged in to your account. Next, we check and see if the user has already made a review. So if you can make a review and you have not already made a review, you can use the form. If you have already made a review, then all you get is the text you've already created, or you've already reviewed this agent. So that's basically how the UI works for this. The front end for this is a bit involved here. So what we do is we get some default parameters, the reviews that holds the array of all the reviews that we get, the review parameters, which is what we use to send a new review to the server, and has already reviewed, which is what is used to determine if the user has already reviewed this agent or not. Then we make a request to the, where is it? Up here, I think. Yeah, when we're able to successfully log in, we get all the reviews using that special API endpoint that we created earlier in the backend, and then we just fill in all the data. Then we just use the form, which is provided here, and we just fill in all the information and just update the form and the user's account. So that's basically it, and it's how the front end works for review systems for the agent. It's a bit bare bones at this moment, but it does everything that it needs to do and can be easily extended. So I will see you all in a later date. Thank you for watching.